Welcome back to 4 Geeks by Geeks, the place where geeks come to geek out. As always, I am Boser, and this is your Monday night Geek Out Sesh. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. If this is your very first time, welcome to 4 Geeks by Geeks. It's a community where all of us geeks gather to just geek out about the best things on Earth, the things that keep us sane. And if you're watching this after the fact on YouTube or VOD on Twitch, be sure to check us out on Twitch live every Monday night at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, and you can join the chat and geek out with the rest of us nerds here on the internet. But for those here live, thank you, Alec, for being here. Thank you, Jeff Sitz, for being here. How we doing, you guys? How's your Monday going? Oh, I didn't add the commands to the title like a noob, but you know what they are. It's, of course, QOTD for the question of the day and new crits, because that is my guest tonight. And they have a command. Alec, I got it. I already added it. I added it before. Thank you, though. Thanks for having my back. I'm ashamed that I don't let my moderators do any work. What's up, Ike? Sup, gamers? How we doing? But happy Monday, you guys. The question of the day, if you use command QOTD, because I want to see if anybody's got any hot takes or different ideas other than maybe the obvious that are trolling the internet right now. Who punched the lizard? Who punched the lizard? And was that a mistake or they knew it? Because I'm pretty sure they know that all of us are going to pick apart every single trailer of Spider-Man. I know that has nothing to do with tonight's topic, but I really want to pick your brains. My thought is, of course, it's Andrew Garfield. Oh, I thought you were asking who punched a lizard. Yeah, who out there, who in the chat, just checking, who punched a lizard today? Because I did. Oh, sorry, Alec, I put yours up and then it went away so fast. Spooky, having my sound off while putting kids to bed, but I hope you have a good stream. Thank you, Spooky! Well, you can just enjoy our beautiful faces, and we will have to speak clearly so you can read lips. But any hot takes? I'm going to pick my guest's brain here in just a second of who he thinks punched the lizard. I don't even know if he's a Spider-Man fan, but I am, as you can see here, as you can see back here, I'm a Spidey fan. Me and Lucas are doing a cage lock. Oh, yeah. I'll name a Pokemon after you, Bozy. Oh, thank you. Touched. I've seen none of the Spider-Man movies. You know what? That's okay. To each his own. I'm going to suppress all the dumbfoundedness shock deep, deep, deep down inside. And that's going to come back later as acid reflux. But thanks for being here, you guys. I'm having a great time on a Monday night, of course, as always, because this is like the highlight of my week. Oh, hi. It hit and I hit it and crit it. Oh my god, I love that name. I'm just gonna we just have to put that up. Where is it? It's not showing up. It's not showing up. Well, Alex says hi. I hit it and crit it. Welcome, hit it and crit it. Thanks for tuning in. But this is my favorite thing, just to have a new guest on every week where we geek out about cosplay, about D&D, other tabletop, video games, anime, all these kind of things. And tonight's guest is a good friend of mine. I know I say that about a lot of my guests, but this one's really true. Because I haven't actually spent the night with many of my guests, but this one I have. Just clip that and troll the internet with it. No, he and I got to spend some time at C2E2 a couple years ago, and we shared an Airbnb with a bunch of other people, and it was a great time. And that's where I realized that he is everything and more that I thought he was on the internet. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, you're going to want to stick around because we are going to talk to Jake from New Crits on the Block, which is a D&D podcast. And I'm going to get to know all about what it is to make a podcast, how to market that podcast. So if you have any questions on that, make sure you save them for the chat. And then at the end, we're going to be playing a little game I like to call Take the Hit, where we will be rolling a d20 and deciding if the AC has been met to take the hit and put horrible things in our bodies, like a mixture of any of these condiments that you see here. So that's going to be happening in a little while. Stick around. Maybe you'll get to decide the combination. My headphones aren't long enough to put those in a place that makes any sense other than directly at my feet. Gotta put the mayo back. But is that vinegar? Why, yes, it is. It's a giant-ass bottle of vinegar. But I think we've kept him in the wings for long enough. I want to see some fire emojis, some hand claps. I want to see some love in the chat. Please give it up for my friend, Jake from New Crits on the Block. How we doing?
Guys.
How we
doing
Jake?
Great. How about y'all? What's up, chat?
I'm
good to be
good.
back. Good to be back on Twitch.
Back on Twitch. Has it been a while? It's been a minute?
It's been a minute.
Well, welcome. It's exactly what you're thinking. It's just as trolly and horrible as you would imagine. Actually, in everywhere but our chat. I honestly, like, this place, I don't know how we found it, and I don't know how we found all of you, but you're beautiful, and we never have a problem. So, Jake, I need to know, do you have any hot theories on who punched the lizard in Spider-Man trailer?
Well, you threw me a wrench there. I don't know a bunch of Spider-Man lore. I've seen the movies.
Okay.
Don't know who punched the lizard, unfortunately.
But I mean, that's confirmation
Spider-Man?
that the other that the other Spider-Men are going to be there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, can you even imagine if we watch the movie and there is no Toby and Andrew? Like, that's going to be
That is
next level riots throughout the world. Like,
I don't know about Andrew. Maybe Toby can go without. I wasn't a big Toby fan.
I was, but only because that was our only option. And then when anything else came, I was like, oh, this is better. But just for nostalgia's sake, like, they have to be there.
True.
I need them all.
That would tie everything in just real nice.
Yeah, that's gonna be like a Cap holding Mjolnir moment.
Yeah.
Enjoy eating, Alec. Need to go please et your pizza and your chicken nuggets.
Or he's gonna go do ET. One of the two.
Or
go help him escape.
Or go do ET. You know, we don't judge here. We don't yuck anybody's yum. Whatever you're into. McDonald's. But Jake from State Farm, Jake from New Crits on the Block. Please, for anybody that's unaware of what New Crits on the Block is, can you just give us a rundown of what it is you're doing out there?
So we are an actual play podcast. We have episodes every Monday. We've been doing it for, I want to say it's over 2 years now. I want to say like 2 years and a few months. And we play D&D 5e. It's been fun. It's been a journey.
So you said it's an actual play podcast. So like this is happening in real time as people are listening.
Yeah. So obviously it's pre-recorded, but
right.
We try to limit the
No, you better be listening
editing.
live. It's a live streamed podcast.
It would be a lot different if it was live stream. I would be a lot more nervous every time I walk in there.
But Alex and Outrage, how much editing do you have to do, like, to make it palatable for the public?
So before we got the new mics, I think Matt, our editor, spent like 4 hours an episode editing an hour 10 end time. And then it went down to 2 hours. And a lot of that was because he started having like system set up to where you can like quickly go through things and cut what needs to be cut and stuff like that. Yeah. So he's been doing really well with that. I mean, the music lately has been really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been on point.
But 4 hours, he was editing 4 hours. Was that like it took him 4 hours, or he had to take 4 hours and edit it down to like an hour?
No, it took him 4 hours to
Okay.
edit.
So your
Yeah.
sessions are only like an hour 10 long?
No, so we record 4 episodes just because we all have busy lives, so we can only get together once a month. So, thank you, Alec.
Hey, thanks, new crits. How'd you do that with no hands, Jake?
Dude, I have people, man.
Note to self: get people. No, I got people. You're all here to me. Thanks for being here. They'll be like, oh well, your people just left.
Yeah, but
so that's pretty smart. You do 4 sessions at once, just so you don't have to devote every week. You just come together once a month and do. How long are you at the table?
So we start at 10, and we usually finish up about 5. Now we've got it down to like 2 or 3. That's because we take a lot shorter breaks in between episodes. We used to take like 30 minutes in between episodes, and it would sometimes we wouldn't get out of there until like 6. Felt like a second job.
Yeah,
it kind of is. But
I mean, it kind of is.
It honestly it is. It's a lot of work.
Well, I'm going to put a pin in that question because I do want to know more about what all goes into making a podcast, and specifically like if this is like a career path that you see going, if this has been a lucrative path for you in general. But first we need to establish like what is even going on in the new Critiverse.
The new Critverse?
New Critiverse. You can have that.
A lot of stuff is going on. So currently they're in the Fae, or my kind of created with a fan. It's called the In Between. So it's like between the material planes of the Fae and the material plane. Okay. So it's a nice little area that I invented for them. Man, it's been. I think we're almost at like 130 episodes.
Gee.
Yeah.
2 years, you said.
Yeah, 2 years every Monday. We have not missed a single week.
Wow. Well, I know one person in the chat that is applauding you and hating us, just because consistency is hard.
It really is. It's honestly, if we didn't have a backlog of episodes, so when we started, we had like 10 episodes backlogged.
Oh, so before you even began publishing them?
Yeah.
That's a hot tip. That's a pro tip right there.
Yeah, pro tip. Do some Googling. I Googled for hours and hours and hours about launching a podcast and how to I try to get on new and noteworthy on Apple. That's a big thing, but didn't get it, unfortunately.
That's what
views.
You mean that's your goal, is to get new crits?
It was.
Okay.
It's only, I think, new and noteworthy. You can only go on there after for your first month or 2, and after that you were no longer eligible.
So you missed it.
I missed that gate by a few months.
Wow, T, I think you're right. That would be really cool. Let's go back in time and do that.
Ooh, yeah.
But Dice wants to know: is there an end in sight for new crits?
I wouldn't say an end so much of it, for the for the campaign. Yeah, there definitely is going to be an end. I already have it envisioned, and also kind of am slowly working on the next campaign. More like world building kind of stuff, and like what's gonna happen with that. Not so much story. I haven't really figured out what the story is gonna be.
Do you have like a timeline of how soon the new campaign would begin?
I want to say about a year, probably. Probably another year.
Do solid first 3 years to the first campaign.
Yeah.
Really make sure that you figured it out.
Yeah. Well, at first we were like, hey, nothing more than 100 episodes, and then we had a few arcs that were like, I think our longest arc so far is 27 episodes.
Jeez.
Yeah, and an hour a piece. So there were some long ones, but there was a lot of stuff that happened in that one. They were up in the frozen north dealing with ice giants.
Oh, okay. Did they find Loki or his family?
No, I try to keep as much Disney out because I accidentally make I did Aladdin's cave on accident. Didn't totally
the Cave
was
of Wonders.
Yeah, totally did that. Not even like thinking about it. Well, I felt so proud. Like, look what I came up with, and they're just like, "This is the Cave of Wonders. This is it."
Like, this feels so familiar. It's like when you're writing a song, and you're
Yeah,
like, "Oh
right.
man, this hook, this feels really, it feels right." And you're like, "Oh wait, that's New Crits on the Block had a bunch of hits."
Yeah, I did. I've kind of been doing Frozen on accident too with some of the main NPCs. So I have a lot of accidental Disney influence. So I try to not purposely do any of them. At least if I can try.
Well, I'm curious. How did you guys land on the name New Crits on the Block?
Man, a lot of workshopping. We were
What
gonna
were some of the
do
rejects?
a lot of them were 90s stuff. A lot of them were 90s, like play on words. I think it was Straight Outta Crits was one of them, which would have good look. You know, when the whole Straight Outta Compton movie came out, that would have been perfect for us because we had just been launching that. We could have skyrocketed with that. But there's a few other ones. I think we had like 17 names in total. Fantasy Friends was the big one for a while, and then we found out this one already had the name. But Fantasy Friends just doesn't sound as good as New Crits.
It sounds like some subscription that you pay for that you don't want your mom to know about.
Yeah, it was the pre OnlyFans.
Yeah, Fantasy Friends.
Trying to hide it. Yeah, it took quite a while. We really wanted something that would kind of stick out, just because there is so many D&D podcasts out there. So you really have to like any advantage that you can have to be a little bit more noticeable when someone's scrolling through the discovery list is like name, like the splash art, like having something catchy with the splash art with your name in it really goes a long way for sure.
But you mentioned there are, like, we live in a strange time where D&D podcasts are everywhere. Who
Right?
yeah.
Dude,
this is where we live.
Yeah,
if Gary Gygax were dead, he'd be rolling in his grave. Wait, is he dead?
I don't know. I honestly don't
Gary
know.
Gygax alive?
I feel like he's dead because he's old. Right?
I feel like he could never die.
He's
always
always
the man from Ready Player One. He's just
in the metaverse. He
Yeah.
escaped. That's
Facebook
how it is.
owns his soul now. Yeah.
Oh man.
But like in this time where this is a somewhat saturated market, what started this idea? Like, hey guys, let's do that too.
So we were listening to the Adventure Zone done by the McElroy brothers.
Okay.
Really, really big in the podcasting D&D world. Kind of like one of the top like 3, I kind of think.
Okay.
And we had just started playing Lost Mine of Phandelver, the starter kit for 5e. And I can't remember what it was, but I remember Joe putting the phone out, one of our players putting a phone out, and like, let's just record it. Let's just see if we would even listen to it. And we played it back the next session, and we were all just busting a gut laughing, and we're like, I think this means we have to do a podcast, right? So
I mean, we have to.
we
If
just
we
bought a bunch
think
of
we're
stuff.
funny, just imagine what the internet will think.
Yeah, so that's kind of how it just started. It kind of just was like one day we're like, we should do a podcast. We should see what it's about. So I did a bunch of research on like how to launch a podcast. We bought all the equipment, and probably a month later, the next session, we had all the gear and started recording.
Now, did you start like the campaign that day, or did you kind of let it carry on to wherever you were before?
So I continued it on from Lost Mine of Phandelver. So I let them keep all the stuff they already had.
Okay.
And they played through like probably what would have been 20 episodes of like the campaign we're going through. So I didn't have enough time to like rewrite a whole new campaign. So I just kind of rewrote all of the stuff that I already had. I added more details and just kind of like made it different. So they had they didn't know exactly what was going to happen. We're way past that point now, but yeah, so I kind of just had to reskin it a little bit just because I had a month to have a campaign ready. And I was like, well, I'm just going to use what I already have, I guess.
And I remember going back and I listened to your first few episodes. I actually had loaded them up before I went on a cruise, and I was like, I'm going to listen to new crits.
Man, that was the time.
That first episode, I mean, you go back to, it's not fair because you go back to like anybody's original content way back. Like, even for this stream, I was preparing the game and I was like, we played something like this in one of our original YouTube videos. So when I went back and I looked and we were shooting it in my dining room, and it's just not fair because like you get to learn so much, but it's so like almost adorable and cute.
Yeah.
See like where you started, and it was like a Wild West. Like no one knew what the hell was going on. You were like robbing hobos and stealing their shit.
Yeah, they were. It was definitely a wild bunch. I think a lot of things have changed since then. I mean, obviously we've been doing it for quite some time, but
thanks, Moose, for subscribing to your own channel.
Oh, hey Moose, by the way,
buddy.
Hello.
Oh no, Alec gifted a sub to Moose to his own channel. Thanks, Alec.
Over here, man. Sheesh. Yeah, it was. Oh man, it was a lot of fun in the beginning. It was a lot less nerve-wracking then, because it was kind of like, especially when we first started recording, there wasn't the idea of like someone who's gonna listen to it really, because we haven't even published it yet. So like at this point, there was no like pressure for me to like put on a great performance, and I think that might be kind of why it's a little bit wackier. The first arc. Not to say it hasn't gotten any less wacky, but yeah. So now it's definitely a lot different, like because I know that there's a few thousand people listening a month. I'm like,
And do you feel the pressure to like appease those people? Like, does that change the way that you're telling the story?
I wouldn't say change the way I guess it does make me put in more work to it because I want a good product.
Sure.
It's been pretty hard recently just because I changed jobs in January of this year, and then I've also been doing a lot of side work as far as like construction goes. So free time hasn't really been a thing lately, but I definitely try to get as much writing in as I can, which I think is a little bit different at the beginning. I think at the beginning I was like kind of, oh, I got my prep done, I'm good. Now it's more of like, oh, I got my prep done, now I can like flesh stuff, more things out, and I can make it more vibrant.
Interesting. I'm feeling again, sometimes I have so many questions that I want to ask all at once. And but I want to hit Dice's first. That Dice wanted to know if you could start new crits all over again. Is there anything that you would have done differently?
I would have had a little bit more of a serious beginning. I think, and not so much as like make the players be serious, but me. I feel like in the beginning I was very much like a wacky DM and like whatever. Let's just do crazy things.
Yeah.
Whereas I think if I did it differently now, I would try to be the kind of like center stone, like the serious guy amongst all the funny people, which I think would have made it funnier because like here I am presenting like a serious situation and they do their jokes and banter.
So like in any comedy act, there's just like the straight man and the comedy.
Yeah,
man. Like,
exactly.
The straight man.
Yeah, I needed to be more of the straight man. Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. Why is that? Why would you, if you were to go back differently, why is that the way that you would have done it?
I think it would have been better just as for the story, because I think those first few episodes, it's not really like there's nothing hard hitting to where like, oh man, I'm super engaged. It's more of just like, oh, this is super funny, and they're like, we're having a blast. Let's keep listening to have laughs and their random tangents. I feel like that's more of why people started listening, rather than like, obviously there is a story, but at that first arc, it was a little crazy just because that was my first homebrew campaign at all.
Right.
Homebrew. Yeah. So it was like kind of just jumping into the waters and seeing how it is. I didn't really give myself a chance to like test out homebrewing, and then like, oh yeah, I played a year of D&D or 10 years of D&D. Now I can do a podcast because I'm amazing at D&D. I was kind of like, I don't know the rules. I still, they'd be like, oh, what about this? And we have to pause the podcast so I could look up a rule. Because I'm like, wait, 1 second.
But that's really great. That it's the fact, like, I think so many of us, when looking to start like an endeavor, like a podcast or like a Twitch stream or anything, we tell ourselves that we can't start until we are XYZ ready. Like we gatekeep ourselves. But I'm actually encouraged to know, like, you barely knew how to play D&D, or at least how to DM in like a structured way for other people to listen. But that didn't stop you, and you thought it was going to be a good time. My friends are having a good time. Let's do it.
Yeah, that's pretty much. There wasn't really anything of. I wasn't too concerned about the rules, mainly because I listened to Adventure Zone and they're very rule light. So I was kind of like, oh, this is easy. I can just kind of have D&D as a backdrop when I need them, and outside of it, I can just kind of do whatever I want.
Right.
That's how I saw the rules. I saw more of it like guidelines that you can like, maybe not.
Well, that's the cool thing about it's a homebrew. Like, you're just doing it at your own house. Like, you do whatever you want. Our DM Oddity in the chat, he's got the rule of cool. Like, if it's cool, then hell yeah, do it. Try it. Roll the dice. See what works.
That's what is more fun for sure. I've definitely played in a few like they weren't one shots, but they were for me because I quickly left the group. I just found people randomly online, like Roll20. That's actually the first games I played was just some random strangers on Roll20.
Really?
Yeah. I really wanted to play, and I was like, I don't know how to get into this, and then I found a looking for group channel on Roll20.
I didn't know that's a thing. How long ago was that?
Maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, I think. We started playing D&D a year before we started the podcast.
Okay.
So 2000, like early 2018, I'd say.
Okay, and you began the podcast
2019 in September 1st.
Sorry, I'm catching up on the chat. There's so many great questions in chat tonight. Like, Hit It and Crit It wants to know, do you miss them?
Of course I miss you, Mike.
Seamoose also wants to know, do you miss them?
Yes, a lot. Me and Boser were just talking that we need to have another sleepover. Yeah,
that was so much fun. And then Dice is right, said Logan. Communications enlighten me on this. Drama and interesting story things will arise naturally, so it's totally okay to be goofy because the dramatic moments will be real.
Okay, I like that. It definitely is very true now. Yeah, I think now that I know how to kind of handle myself and things like that with certain things, like not to get too goofy. I think that's more of my line was I'd kind of let the campaign kind of go wild and off the rails myself as the DM, which isn't the best thing. You gotta have your players on some kind of rail, but our GMs learned that. I think I want to say like arc 3, so like 30 episodes in. That's when I feel like I really started hitting some more like heavier notes as far as like role playing goes. Because for the most part, those first 3 arcs, I wanted to keep them kind of lighter, and more like fun and approachable, and then kind of get into like the more bad feels stuff, bad vibes.
Yeah, and that's what T also felt. He's like, if you start really serious, he feels like it's a deterrent to new listeners.
Yeah, well, then that you set an expectation. I feel like we on our first arc, or even our episode 0, I think we set a very clear idea of what you were getting yourself into and what you're listening to, which might polarize some people, some listeners, but honestly, we all of us at New Crits on the Block agreed that it was better just to do what we wanted and what we had fun with, because that was inevitably what'll work.
Because honestly, if you're not having fun, then
it's
no one's gonna have fun listening to you.
Yeah, you can hear. I've heard some podcasts, some D&D podcasts, that you're just like, I don't think anyone's enjoying this.
So why do it?
Yeah, what's the point?
Then for those that aren't familiar with New Crits, so you told them they're happening in the Fae, but I'd like you, if you could, to introduce the other members of New Crits on the Block.
Okay.
And so tell me their name, their character, like what the character is. And I want to know from a DM's perspective what your favorite and least favorite thing about them in the game is.
About them in the game. Okay.
Or about them as a player. I want you to go as savage as you want.
All right. So first off, we already talked about him, Matt. He is our editor. He plays Awen, the Wood Elf Ranger in the party. I'll probably just go with characters on this because I don't know if my players are going to watch and I don't want to have to deal with that later. The backlash.
I'll leave you.
I'm playing by myself. I think the best thing I like about him is his kind of constant cogs turning on how to like move his character's like development forward within the story. Like he's very conscious of like where his character's like story is going and kind of creates moments that kind of align with that. He's very good with it. So
okay,
that's a good thing. Thing I don't like about him, he's got a big ego, but it's not a bad thing. It's he's got a really big ego.
This is Awen?
Awen and Matt Flair. And he knows it. He won't lie. He knows he does.
I mean, because I kind of have a small man crush on Matt as well, as we all do.
Who doesn't?
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't feel bad saying that. I want him to sell me a house, and I don't even live anywhere near his market.
He'll do it for you.
I know he
That's
would.
how much he cares about people and their houses.
He's a helper. Okay, so we have Awen.
So then we got Christy. She is our artist, our social media like planner, and does all of our graphics for it, and does our merch stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, she's got a lot of titles. She plays Leaf the Druid. What I like about her most, I want to say, is her innocence, her naivety. That kind of gets her into trouble quite a bit. And then what I don't like about her is kind of maybe the same answer, to be honest. Like, it's both very heartwarming and kind of adorable and has some very cool story moments. But on the flip side, sometimes it's just kind of like, okay, is she just dumb or is she like just that naive? Because I feel like you're just kind of playing her dumb right now. But
you're like, she would know that she's literally in lava.
yeah, she would know. No, but I love Christy. She's actually my sister.
What's it like playing with your sister?
It's fun. We have something to do every month. A reason to get together. That's kind of why we did it too. It started off as a game night, evolved into D&D night, and then evolved into a podcast.
It has its stages. I would love to play D&D with my family. Actually, I take that all back. I'd love to do a really fun and really bad.
There you go. Don't play a campaign because that'll end relations with some of them potentially.
I'd have to explain every rule, and I don't even know them.
Just throw the book at them.
Be blind, leading the blind.
Okay. So you got Leaf, and then we have Boral. He is the high elf wizard. What do I love about Boral? I love that he's like doesn't fit like the frame of like a wizard. He really likes to do acrobatic stuff and like
Oh, interesting.
The first arc, he jump kicked someone down a set of stairs. And
Okay.
his wording was, "I want to Batman drop kick this dude." He took Tavern Brawler as a wizard. I like his just out of the box thinking with
That's
that.
awesome.
What I don't like about him, and this will be about the player, is sometimes he has a really hard time with like the layout of the world. He gets very stuck on like, well, how far is the stairs from the other wall? I'm like, I don't like 20 feet, dude. He's like, well, I need to know footage. I need to know exact footage. I'm like, 20 feet, 30. What do you need? What's the distance that you need for the spell to go off?
Because the description of this thing I'm gonna do says it's within 20 feet, I can then do this.
When we were before we had the podcast, when we were playing just home game, me and him got in like I think it was like a 30-minute discussion about a set of stairs and why he couldn't go down them. I had to like draw a picture out. I love him to death, but yeah, that's probably the one thing.
None of us are perfect players.
No one is. I'm not a perfect DM. I wouldn't want to be. That would just be weird.
You're Jake the cool DM. You're not Jake.
Yeah, I'm cool. DM. Yeah, right.
I'm not a regular DM. I'm a cool DM.
And then we have another player, Ben, who is our paladin, our human paladin. He is very straight-edged, but does essentially the Coke equivalent of the fantasy world of new crits called Fizzlevein. So that's ironic. Thing I don't like about him, he kills everything. He never tries to talk to them. His first instinct is just, if you murder it, then it's over. So, which, he's not wrong, but sometimes the NPCs, I have really cool things to say before they have a sword shoved into their chest.
That was all that fleshing out that you did. You're like, oh man, they're going to meet this person, and you made that whole backstory, and he just murks
them. Yeah. And then I try to bring him back later, and he's like, that person's dead. I'm like, oh, well. No, they're not.
You got a great memory.
Not in my world.
This is my world.
Yeah, I do whatever I want. And then we had Beardrum, my brother Joe. He had to take off from the podcast last year because he had a little baby, little Babu. We still love him. We want to have him back on eventually to kind of finish up his character's story, and then probably back on it for the finale again. But he was a dwarf barbarian. He would drink a lot, and he made it really easy to just have them run into a room, because he would just run into the room and start fights. So sometimes I wouldn't have to think about those transition scenes, which was nice.
That's nice.
Because he just handled it for me. I'm like, hey, so there's a door. He's like, I run in it. I'm like, hell yeah. Cool. I don't have that awkward thing where I have to convince you guys to open this door.
Yeah, Alec nailed it. He says, I think he would have been Boser's favorite, and you're right.
Yeah,
I like tanky things that just destroy. So what's your least favorite thing about Joe?
I'd say he was really bad with any kind of spotlight, which was hard for a podcast.
You mean like when it's like his turn?
When it's his turn, yeah, he would get really nervous. He got way better with it after like a few months of doing it. But at first, it was definitely like I had to make scenes that I knew he would be comfortable with for him to kind of like shine.
So only
yeah. So I really had to make like very straight edge like encounters for him to like nail, so he looks cool and stuff.
Yeah.
And I couldn't really do like a super like technical kind of D&D thing because he wasn't really well versed in the RPG world.
But that takes time. And it's just improv. Like this whole thing.
You know what? And he did great. Before he left, like he was killing it with the RP and
just as he started to get it, he leaves.
Yeah,
kids ruin everything. Put me on the record.
No, he's a good dad though, so we can't give him too much flack for it.
Okay, I guess. But so you've been doing this for 2 years now. And like, what's the trajectory that you see yourself on with this? Like, what's the plan?
A plan is to become rich and famous.
Well, you're this much there.
I haven't really like set a firm like goal for the podcast. I think mainly it's just to have fun.
Which is a great goal.
Yeah, have fun, build more, get more listeners. Eventually, if it becomes something, that would be cool. If it became like my job, awesome. But I think it will be a few years before that will possibly happen. So till then, just having fun with it, enjoying the community that we've been building, playing some D&D, man. Really, that's about it. Just playing. I just really enjoy D&D, and the mics are just a little extra nerves wracking thing.
Also, it's been noticed that we have the same beard.
Oh, see, I really like yours because I don't know why. I like the beards that don't really connect with the mustache, like super connect.
I want the beard that connects.
It's what you don't have that you.
It is. And full chin coverage. Mine like kind of is a chin strap and then a little bit of a goatee.
Here's the thing, though.
Around my new scar.
I gotta shave more to get the perfect line. It takes more time. You got if you just have that line, you don't have to worry about it. It just goes.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
So what were we talking about? Beard drum, beards, D&D podcast.
Yeah.
Got it. So I love that like you've said a couple important things. One, your one goal is to have fun. I think the moment that any of us are like, my goal is to become rich.
Yeah.
We're losing the mark. We're gonna miss something.
Well, the product's gonna be different.
It's gonna be different.
You're looking for more like clickbaity, whatever the trend is at the time, rather than doing what you enjoy. And hopefully it's original. Maybe not. I mean, we've had a lot of media over the years, so it's kind of hard to be completely original. But,
right? Like it feels like everything has already been done. Like just the other day, I stumbled across a show that looks just like this one, and B, a podcast called For Nerds by Nerds.
Yeah.
Thanks. Oh, Alec, God. Well, hidden credit, you're now part of the sub family. Thanks to Alec, this gifting fool. Thank you, Alec.
You're the best. Isn't he the best?
He's the best. He literally is the best of us. And
such a sweetheart.
And I need him to know this. You are the best of us. Remember that. So your motivations are pure. You want to have fun. Like, that's the main thing. But we put a lot of time into our side hobbies.
Yes.
And we wouldn't hate if it had success. Like that helps drive like the marketing of it. So how do you do that with a podcast that A, there's a ton of D&D podcasts, and B, like video is becoming more and more king every day. So like what's your strategy over there? I'm just from the marketing side in my life, I'm just really curious because you're doing something right. So what is it?
I hope so. Because consistency is the big one. Always providing when you say you're going to provide content.
Integrity.
Obviously, like I said earlier, make some kind of splash in like as far as like your art, your name, something that because people are going to be swiping through the discovery, and you have to have something that's going to catch their eye. So having that splash art and that catchy name is a huge thing. Oh man, our biggest help right now has been Facebook groups. Mm-hmm. We do a lot of marketing through Facebook groups. One of our guys goes on there every Sunday and does a post, and it gets like 100,000 reach, 80,000 reach, one post.
What?
Yeah, every Sunday.
Is that like one Facebook group that gets that much reach, or
no?
Is it like 100.
It's like 30 or 40.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you don't get banned for like.
Oh, we have.
Spam.
He definitely has. We try. That's so our Thursday prompts that we do. We do a prompt every Thursday. Sometimes it has to do with like what GIF would be the best barbarian or what celebrity would be the best bard kind of thing.
They're great ideas. I think.
And we use those
engagement as you hope on those? Because I think they're brilliant.
Sometimes no. Instagram's a hard one because we do the GIF ones.
Yeah,
there's no GIF on Instagram, so that one kind of falls flat. They just say people sometimes just say stuff, and I'm like, we need to make a different one.
Let me describe this GIF.
But that it goes to Twitter and Facebook as well. So kind of we're just trying to get a mass audience. We're not really. I want to get better with making content for that specific media. So like making a specific TikTok, making a specific. It takes time. Yeah, it takes time, and we don't have any video. And TikTok does not like audiograms, as much as actual video. It just doesn't perform as well. Yeah, and the whole video thing. I want to. It's just costly. We'd have to get like 2 or 3 cameras, most likely 3 cameras, maybe even 4. $1,000 there, and so
just to get everybody around the table.
Yeah, and then that's just the equipment. Then we got to have someone edit it. Is Matt gonna edit it? Spend another 6 hours editing that? Probably not. He has already said he doesn't want to do video editing. I don't want to. I tried to edit one Twitch video. It took me 4 hours, and all I did was shake the screen for 3 seconds. So,
but next time it only takes 2 hours to do the screen. Like you learn.
Yeah, I learned. I don't have as much time to do the editing portion of it. At least for video, I'm just not savvy with software. It's bad. Well, I can play a game.
Regardless, like I said, you are doing something right, because you said before you have 100,000 hits on your posts, and you're getting thousands of weekly listeners, which is huge.
Yeah. So we just hit, I think last month or the month before was one of our best months where we had just under 4,000 downloads for the month. Wow. So the target goal is 5,000 a month.
Okay.
If you can get to 10,000 downloads a month, you are in the top 20% of podcasts worldwide.
So you're on your way. You're doing something right.
I think 2 years for some no names. That's not too bad.
Not bad at all.
Not.
By the way, Dice says he'll edit for you.
Ooh, okay. Hey, you know what? I'll honestly take up on that. Oh, and he's talking about the animation that we had done. Yeah. So Matt actually talked to someone that had been doing like Taz edits like that.
Define Taz.
The Adventure Zone. Sorry.
Got it. Thank you.
That's their short form. So he sent him a message and was like, "Hey, I have this clip. It would be really cool if you could do like some art for it or do the animation." Obviously, so he commissioned him. I think it was like a few $100, and he made us like a 30-second short. It did great. It did really good. We posted it on TikTok, and it was probably one of the more successful things that I put on TikTok. I haven't uploaded for months at this point. I think I got like 1,000 hits. TikTok's crazy. You can put something on TikTok that you think is gold and it gets like 2 views, and then you put something and you're like, whatever, throw it on TikTok, and they're like 1,000 views. I'm like, I don't understand.
Honestly, I'm with you.
I don't know what works.
TikTok probably has, correct me if anybody in the chat knows this, if anybody's in like the social media game, but I feel like TikTok and Reels have a similar algorithm, because like I saw that you guys posted a Reel today, and I was applauding you because Reels are blowing the fuck up right now.
Yeah.
But it's like you said, like I can edit something so it's in vertical format, it's edited, it's got subtitles, and it'll maybe get, like we did one the other day and instantly got like 1,700 views in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I post one of Jeff sits wearing a VR and he swung at something, like zero context. it got almost 8,000 views. No one knows what the hell is happening, but people are watching it
because they want to know what's happening. They're like, what is this guy doing?
I don't get it. But we're getting closer.
You're finding your niche.
So if anybody's been listening and maybe you're thinking of like, I want to start my own podcast, whether it's D&D or whether it's something else, I hope you've been picking up some words of wisdom because he's been dropping them all night and my ear itches. And just to be a little more pointed about it, Jake, if someone were to want to do what you are doing, what is some advice or some words of wisdom that you would give them?
Make a backlog, record like 6 episodes. When you launch your podcast, launch with like a few episodes right away so that it'll boost your numbers when you start, which will make you more discoverable on those discovery lists. Essentially it'll someone that releases 1 episode when they launch is only going to get that 1 download per person. Whereas if you launch 3 or 6, that person's going to binge through hopefully they're going to binge through those 6 episodes times however many people listens. So your first day launch, your downloads are going to look crazy. So the algorithm of everything will be like, oh, this podcast is doing really well. They have on their first day 1,000 downloads because of those 6 episodes.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
So you break it down to numbers and like you do the math and you're like, this will.
Oh yeah, I did a lot of research.
Work.
Yeah, I did a lot of research trying to get into new and noteworthy is a big thing. Look on how to do that. Really, it's just trying to get as many people rating and reviewing. I wouldn't suggest it, but maybe make a few fake reviews. But no, don't do that. Just 1 or 2, just to get things rolling.
I actually have some friends that are doing very well on YouTube, and they have an account that they created, and they'll go on and with this account they'll go in the comments, and they don't do it for the views, but they do it for the comments, and they'll throw out some like really controversial comment about like the Israeli-Palestine conflict.
Oh my god!
To spark controversy,
just to get the comments rolling. That's
brilliant.
Hey man, people sometimes say like, "Oh, that's sleazy on how you do that," or this, and this. I'm like, okay, well, like it's hard. It's hard. You have to do something. You have to play the system in order to get your stuff that you worked really hard on out there. And if commenting on your own stuff helps, I mean, I do it.
Yeah, and like you said, that's the hard part. Like, we are all working really hard for this thing that we're really passionate about, and like it's just part of it that you have to play the game to get the algorithm to notice you.
Yep.
And it's not about making clickbaity things so that you can succeed. It's just about working the system so that you can be found by the people that want to find you in the first place.
Yeah, that's definitely, that's been tough, and we're slowly starting to get the whole word of mouth thing, which is cool. It's really funny since we have like a few UK fans. We've been getting a few more like British people and people from Germany, which is kind of cool.
You're going global.
Going global. I can look at Podbean, our pod catcher, like the thing that hosts all of our episodes.
Okay.
And I can see like what countries we've gotten. A few. I'm not to brag, but we've gotten 1 download from Chili's. Don't know what that means, but
from Chili's, like down the street Chili's.
No, like
back ribs,
like the country Chili's, Childs. I don't. There's a country.
You mean Chile?
Yeah, Chile.
That could be how you say it. I wouldn't know. I'm from Indiana.
There's some in Japan, stuff like that. Like 1 or 2 here and there. Sometimes I'm like, how are you even listening to this? Like, what are you? How are you getting this?
It's spoken worldwide because we refuse to learn anyone else's language.
True. That is very true. But yeah, no, it was. It's kind of crazy knowing that we're all over the world in people's ears. But man, I want to say the biggest thing is try to do a launch party. Get some friends together, try to find some internet friends and host like an online event to try to like hype your release day. Whatever you can do. Like if you don't have like access to like a Twitch or something like that, even if it's just like a Discord like video chat.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll listen to the episode. We'll chat afterwards or during or something like that. Maybe a commentary on it. Anything to kind of again hype that release. Start posting way before you release. I think we started posting like 2 months before we released to start getting followers and stuff like that. Start kind of trying to network a little bit.
I think that's things that we did not do at all.
Yeah, I went hard on research. I mean, I would come home from work and probably spend like 3 hours just Googling. And sometimes I'd come up across like the same articles like 5 times, and I would just read through them again, take different notes. Like, okay, oh yeah.
Okay, now I'm thinking, this is completely unrelated. Do you know Enneagram?
Enneagram?
Yeah.
I know there's a bunch of like, is that an audiogram service? Where
No.
they like take...
No, not at all, no.
No? Okay, then I don't know.
Enneagram is a personality thing. It's like the Myers-Briggs test, like ENFP, INTJ.
Okay, yeah, I've heard you guys talk about that before. Yes.
I'm really into Enneagram, and it's like got 9 different types, and I find them weirdly specific.
Okay.
But I was curious to see if you knew yours because I have a theory.
I don't.
Think you're a
What's your
5.
theory? A 5?
Which that means nothing to you.
Yeah.
If anybody in the chat knows Enneagram, you know that 5s.
Saying I'm hot? You saying I'm 5?
Yeah. On a scale 1 to 10, you are a 5.
That's honestly, I'll take it. Anything over 3, and I'm good.
But actually, hilariously, I was talking to some people that I just met. It was like at a hotel, and I was just like chatting about it. And I was like, oh, I bet you're like a 7. And her friends were like, no, honey, you are a 10. And I was like, no. That's not what it is. It only goes up to 9, by the way.
Yeah.
But talking about the launch party, like you said, like your first episode and our first episode, that wasn't anything that we wanted to draw a ton of attention to because it was so much pressure.
Yeah.
Like you said at the start, you were just doing it because it felt fun. You didn't feel the pressure to, I don't know, meet any expectation because there were none. And now, as you've got success and thousands of weekly listeners, now you feel like the pressure's on.
Yeah.
So how do you juggle that?
Not well sometimes.
Thank you. Yes. Completely honest. I love that. Not well sometimes.
Not well sometimes. Sometimes it keeps me up at night. And not like more of like a dreading, like, oh man, I gotta go record tomorrow and I gotta like be on and like have not like, obviously not like a personality, but like I feel like any content creator has kind of like a content creator persona,
100%.
if you will.
100%.
That's not necessarily not the true you, but it's just more of like a hyped up version of that. It's because no one wants to see you just sit there chilling eating Cheetos.
Right.
I mean, some people might, but
right. We're not hot enough for that to happen.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a 5, so
I'm a 7, just so you know.
Yeah, I'm a 7. Oh wow. Okay, trying to out me.
But my wife's a 9.
Oh damn.
I know.
Well, this is like golf, so really the lower numbers are the better ones.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah, no, but most of the time it's great. Most of the time it's amazing. It's great waking up on Mondays on a release day to see everyone chatting about the new episode and the spoiler chat in the Discord. Yeah. That's always fun to see everyone's reaction to that. Yeah, it's weird. It doesn't feel real because you don't see the people. You see the downloads.
Mm-hmm.
And like I interact with like, the certain fans, like probably like 30 fans that we have. But like I don't talk to 1,000 people. I don't even have 1,000 friends. The idea that over 1,000 people are listening to my voice on a weekly basis blows my mind. I don't even want to listen to my voice that much time. Like what do you mean? Every week you tune in to listen? I don't understand. But
that's
I guess we're doing something right.
Special. Right, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
It's not your voice, it's what you're making. And you and your siblings and your friends are creating this little bit of magic that does not exist anywhere in the universe except at that table in that moment. And that's what people are tuning in for. Like, they connect with something. And I think that's just truly magical. Just in D&D in general. But then the fact that now technology allows us to broadcast that to thousands and millions of people at once.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that we can do this now. Like, just the fact that anyone can do anything in a sense and potentially be successful. Like, you could be a juggling Twitch star if that's something people want to watch, if that's where people are going. It's just kind of crazy.
I'm here for it. I'm living for
I love it. I love it.
We're in. Like, this world, really, like Twitch, content creation, D&D, streaming, geek stuff was not anything that I saw my life headed at any point in my life.
Dude.
But then I couldn't be more thrilled that this is where I'm at and that I get to hang out with you and all my other guests every Monday night. And it's just like, I've told past guests, and Alec, I'll get to your question in a hot sec, but I've told past guests that my favorite thing about Mondays is I just feel like I get to make a new friend or reconnect with a new friend.
Yeah. This is really cool, man. I love this. This is honestly definitely something that I think the community needs is especially in like the kind of behind the scenes creator content creator like lifestyle. Because I'm not as going as hard as a lot of people do, but some people, man, it's like a lifestyle. Like, they do their thing 24/7 and bust ass all the time to do what they love, and it's really cool. And I'm glad that someone is out there kind of bringing that hard work to the forefront, because you don't see that.
No,
you don't see the effort. Yeah, you just see the end product and you're like, oh, that's cool.
The worst thing could be that somebody consumes your content or anybody content, or like whether it's a cosplayer that's posting the fantastic work or a podcast or an author, and they just think, wow, that's something I'd like to do. I'm going to do that, and not understand all the work that you're putting into it.
Yeah, it's rough. I tried to be a writer. I tried to write a
book
once, and I got like 4 pages in. I'm like, I can't.
This sucks.
I got 4 pages in, and I hated every single part of it. I was like, oh,
really?
And I had to make this a book.
What was it about?
It was essentially Asaki before Asaki became like super popular.
Oh.
It was kind of like a loose thing of like Fallout 4 mixed with like Oblivion in a weird way. So like a kid goes back.
Fantasy.
Yeah, it's the future but post-apocalyptic. So like there's like kind of like vaults and things like that, but there's also like Wild Wild West kind of situations going on.
Alex says, I bet it was a Fortnite fanfic.
Wasn't around then. Fortnite wasn't the thing. I don't play a lot of Fortnite either.
How old were you when you were writing this fanfic? I mean, book.
Well, I was in high school when I started. I just started writing short stories. And then I was like, I can write a book. And then I got, like I said, 4 pages in. I was like, I cannot write a book. I lied. And then I found D&D, and I was like, this is like writing a book but without having to write all the words.
Yes, wait, but Alec, is this accurate? Is this the year you were born?
1989?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, guys. If I tell you the truth, I'd have to kill you. So,
kill me, senpai.
It's pretty close. It was 1990. 4.
Okay, because I'm 89, so I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that we were in the same year.
No, I wasn't alive then.
Well, cool. Thanks. No, I used to try to hide my age, but you know what? Fuck that. I'm 31 and I love it.
Dude,
I'm
I'm not
happier
far
than I've
behind
ever
you.
been.
27.
You're
It's not that bad.
27?
I'm 27.
How were you born in 1990 and you're 27?
1984. You didn't hear the 4.
Oh. What kind of android are you?
Well, I'm trying out Paul Rudd's thing where I just don't age.
Yeah.
So it's
You know what?
It's going good.
You turn the
I
hat
do have to
backwards,
say-
no one can tell.
A lot of virgin blood.
And
it
where do you
works.
source your virgin blood?
Well, I go to a lot of blood banks.
Mhm.
I pay the people there good money to know which ones are virgins or not. And I can taste the difference.
This is quickly becoming a lawsuit in the making. So-
It is, but don't worry about it. Okay, I got great lawyers.
So now for something completely different. We're going to transition into our game for the evening, but before you do, make sure that you hit that command new crits. And an Alex question, when is FGBG and new crits on the block going to have a crossover event?
I would love to do something like that. If I go on
would
to like
too.
your guys' Twitch and T can play.
Yeah, we could get
And
T, Moose, Jeff Sits, we can get Alex, we could get Lucas, we could bring over a whole slew of people, however many you can fit. I'd love to come in.
It would be kind of crazy with that many people, I'll be honest, but I'm
Or
here
we
for
can
it.
exclude everyone but me. That's fine.
No, I want you.
No, everyone but me. So you just
No.
get me.
I see
I'm
what
coming to
you're
this. There's no
saying. Okay.
there's no iteration of this where I'm not
we could
present.
do the thing where like Matt Mercer and Steve Colbert did a one-on-one session.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just us.
Yeah, just us two. We'll just play together.
Or the FGBG characters meet the new crit characters. That would be actually
Ooh.
really fun. I'd love to bring Balor's toxic frat boy energy to your
Yes.
group.
You'll fit right in with Boral because he is the frat boy of the crew. Always has a pair of glasses.
Oceana says
Don't
yes.
know why.
DMs for the day. That would be great. But if you're enjoying tonight, make sure that you use new crits, command new crits, and it takes you to oh god, this is the point where the beer starts catching up to the tongue. Go and hit the command new crits, and it'll take you to the link tree, and then you can find everything that is new crits. Their podcast links, their merch links, their Instagram. Go follow them everywhere that you want because they are doing such great work. And honestly, I need that to succeed. I need all of you to go love on them because
Thank you.
I really think if you like our content, if you like our D&D content, you will love their D&D content. Not because of the DM, but because of the consistency.
That's fair. Everyone's there for the players, not me.
That's right. Except ours. Ours only comes to the DM. He's the only one that knows what's going on. The rest of us are just shitting ourselves. But also, side note, if you are enjoying tonight's Geek Out Sesh, guess what? We do this every single Monday at 8:30 Eastern Standard right here on Twitch. So make sure that you hit that follow button if you are enjoying this and you want to come back. We also do Wednesday community gaming and Thursdays when our D&D stuff happens. And then if you're really wanting to support, you can go ahead and subscribe and or hit command merch and get yourself some FGBG merch because there is some new stuff coming and also some low-key hidden stuff I added yesterday. So I never did an announcement, but you're the first to know.
I feel special.
You are special, Jake, the cool DM. You're so special, in fact, that I have been saving this next game for you.
Oh.
Because when you stay at an Airbnb with a person, you just know them at a deeper level. And you
Yes.
know them at such a level that you feel comfortable ingesting mayo mixed with vinegar mixed with bacon bits in front of a crowd on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, I watched you. Was it NSYNC or Backstreet Boy that you, PK, and Moose did a like synced dance to Friday night at C2E2 at the bar? Do you remember that at the karaoke bar?
Oh yes! Oh my god, I was
We were
gone.
all gone.
Yep, I was there. I think it was
the
bye
night.
bye bye.
Yeah. You guys were hitting the dance moves too.
All I know is bye bye bye. I don't know any other moves.
You were well, PK knew some for
Yeah,
sure.
he did.
He was hitting them.
He knows him. He's a low key dancer. He doesn't like to know, but how I got close to PK, fun fact, is through Singing in the Rain, the musical. We tap danced together.
Okay.
We were the leads, and we tapped a lot, and we spent a lot of time tap dancing together. That's how we became best friends.
That's kind of actually.
Isn't that beautiful?
That's awesome.
Okay, so
Hey, we tapped a lot.
I tapped that. So here's how it works, guys. We're gonna play Take the Hit, and we've both got a series of condiments in front of us, and I'm gonna kind of let you see. We'll describe them so that you can maybe have a chance to get in on this action. But how this will work is the other person, or no, I'm sorry, scratch that, reverse it, completely different. I will make a concoction of different ingredients that I might mix together. I'll mix whatever I'm comfortable with, or I'll take suggestions from the chat or from Jake, because I'm just here for it. And then
yeah.
Jake will get to assign the AC, basically the armor class of whatever that D20 roll will be. So if he really wants me to hit it, he'll give it a low number. But if it's something that he doesn't care, or if there's like a really delicious concoction, like just chocolate, maybe that's a 20 AC, and it's going to be really hard for me to hit it. And we'll do that back and forth until the stream ends or we vomit.
Yeah, one of the two. Abrupt end or a casual end.
Right. So I wanted you all to be able to see what was going on. So I have a D20 prepared, and I'm going to share that with you so that whether you're watching live or you're watching later, you can witness the glory that is this Google D20. There it is.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Isn't it? Isn't she
So
gorgeous?
big. Get this thing.
Isn't she lovely?
I want to roll it.
You want to roll it? So does this mean that you're going first?
I guess so. I mean,
Okay, so-
right? Guess goes first. I feel like that's the
God, what happened?
natural ways.
It went away. Oh, there it is. So yeah, go ahead and before mixing it up, just like tell us the concoction that you're willing to eat.
So, I want something. Obviously, I want a little smoke. So I got this amazing Worcester sauce.
Ooh, okay.
I'm thinking
Oh,
Worcester.
thanks for the sub, Neuro Fourier. I can't pronounce your name, but I'm happy you're here.
I'm thinking a little bit of Dijon mustard.
Ooh, Dijon. Oh, sorry, I went to go look at. Forgot
And
that's
then-
sharing my screen.
And then some coconut flakes. Now I have other stuff, but I don't know if we would get too intense right
You know
right
what?
off the bat.
It's the first one. Let's pace ourselves. We've got
Let's
some
pace
time.
ourselves. We got some time. Okay.
So Worcestershire, Dijon, and coconuts.
And some coconut mix. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say that is an AC. It kind of sounds kind of tasty, actually.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm not upset.
Let's say you have to roll above an 8.
Put a good bit of Worcester sauce in there. Worcestershire.
Oh, thanks, Snuggler, for telling us you're streaming and also cheating on your own stream to say hi to you boys.
Oh, thanks. Hey, what's up, Matt? That's Matt.
Oh,
Matt, do you want to see me eat this gross thing?
I wasn't sure if it was a bot or what. Oh, that is that a chunk?
That's a chunk of Dijon. I'm mixing it up right now.
Okay.
1 second. I'll show you the after effects of what it.
Matt, is this your snugglist? Like, are you a professional cuddlist stream where you like cuddle pillows? That's what I'm imagining you're streaming.
All right, so that's the final product.
Okay, so we're gonna roll to see if you take the hit or you make it pass. So you got to roll above an 8. I'm gonna roll this D8 or this D20.
All right.
Roll above an 8. I'm gonna roll a D20. Here we go. Give it a shake. Nothing happened.
I threw it too hard.
Oh,
sorry.
there it is. This doesn't count. This doesn't count. I have to hit roll. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Shake it. Shake it. Shake it. Ha! 12!
So I
You
don't have to hit
take
it?
the hit.
I take it. Oh, damn it. All right.
You take the hit. So this is Dijon mustard, Worcestershire, and
Cheers,
coconut.
everybody. Got a little close-up look of that
Clink.
beauty.
Here we go.
Ow.
Lift a glass. Social.
Mmm.
Can you describe it?
Crunchy. Really vinegary. Oh.
Really vinegary?
Yeah, I put a little too much Worcester in there, I think. Oh, that's good.
Did you discover a new
I'll be
thing?
putting that on my sandwiches now.
You might be making these on the daily.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So it's my turn.
Yes, it's your turn.
I'm gonna say chat. I'd like you to select 2 items. We're gonna start slow. 2 items from this tray. You can't see them all, which is unfortunate. Let me lift it up real quick. I'll list them. So we've got some lemon juice, vinegar, raspberry vinaigrette, red hot, orange juice, honey, bacon bits, chocolate, Dijon mustard, mayo. I think I might have listed them all.
So you put like some good stuff in there.
I don't have pickles, Alec. I'm sorry. You said, I know that you were looking for pickles. I don't have pickles. Choco and mayo. Okay. Chocolate and mayo. That's what came up first.
I feel like we need I think we need a little spice up in there. I think we need some Franks in there.
Okay.
I think
Because you're my
I think
dad.
we need a 3 item. If let's keep it fair. Let's keep it 3 item to 3 item.
All right. So here's a little mayo. I don't have like a fancy spoon like you do. I
I
love
just know I
mayo.
need to spin it.
I love
So you got
mayo,
like shot glasses.
and I love chocolate. So, I'm not hating this.
Don't trust it. I had chocolate meat once, and it was actually goat liver and goat blood. So don't always trust what sounds good.
And here's a little Frank's, just to top
Ooh.
it off.
There you go.
Okay. So, what's my AC for this?
So if you roll higher than it, you
Then
hit
I
it.
hit Yeah.
Okay.
Just like if you were making an attack, you have to hit the AC.
I want to see you drink this. I'm gonna say 10.
Okay. So I got to roll a 10 or higher. Okay. Here we go. Rolling. Oh wait, I gotta do what you did. I gotta do what you did. Graduate college. I did that wrong. Oh, right on it!
Yes.
I just barely hit it. What if you crit? Does that mean you do it twice?
I think you take. I made a lot that first one. See, I didn't have the perfect sizing like you did over there.
Okay, but that's a lot. That is.
Yeah, I took a whole spoonful. So I
I don't
mean,
even know how to eat this. Just stick my tongue in it.
yeah, it's like a Jello
Use
shot.
Dirty old spoon or no fork from like last week's dinner.
Well, that adds a little bit of flavor.
No,
There you go.
I can't. Okay,
just kind of tongue it.
here we go. Clink. Oh God. That is so.
Was it good?
It's worse at the start, and then
Is
it
it a
kind of
Frank's hit?
finishes okay. It's
'Cause of the
hot.
Franks that yeah, I feel like the Franks kind of.
Do it again. I wasn't looking. Screw you.
Yeah.
No, the chocolate, it's like a mole with the creaminess of a mayo.
Okay, I can see that.
I was surprised. At the first, it was just like very shocking to my palate. But then my palate's like, listen, let's just ease into this. It's not the worst thing I've ever had. All right, you're up.
All right. What should we do? I think I'm gonna let them choose because I'm not sure what to make.
Hold up our options for us.
All right, so we got Dijon mustard again. We got mayonnaise. We got sweet chili,
Ooh, sweet chili.
blackberry vanilla balsamic vinegar,
That's
Good
a very
point.
interesting, a lot of tastes.
regular old ketchup.
That's not regular old ketchup. That's fancy ketchup. Look at that ketchup. Is that regular in California?
Kinda.
Because regular to us looks very different here.
We got some soy sauce and some sriracha, and then the Worcester sauce again.
All right, chat. Choose 3 things: chili, blackberry, and ketchup.
Sounds pretty good.
It kind of does. It kind of does.
It definitely is some Trader Joe's ketchup, most likely.
That's why.
Oh, that was like water. That was gross.
Watery ketchup.
Yeah. I think there wasn't that much left in there. So
This is the balsamic.
This is the sweet chili.
Oh, okay.
I think this is going to taste good. I'm making way too much of this. I'm making it like I'm going to have more of this later.
I don't know whether to make this a high AC because it might taste good, or a low AC just because I need to know what it tastes like.
Right? I'm kind of like, I kind of want to just hit it. Even if I don't hit it, I might hit it.
Can you just choose to crit fail?
We got to roll anyway. I mean, right? Ooh,
Yeah.
Wow, it's got kind of a kick to it. All right.
Oh, thank you, Flansig, for the follow.
Oh, what's up? That's
Now we know
Brian.
what now people are tuning in for. To watch you eat balsamic vinegar, black vanilla? Blackberry vanilla?
Blackberry vanilla balsamic vinegar, sweet chili sauce, and what was the other one? Ketchup.
Okay, I'm gonna say this would be like a very low level NPC you'd come across. So their AC is 6.
Okay.
So
Roll
give
the
that guy a
dice.
roll.
All
Yeah,
right, well, that'll hit.
you did the thing.
Don't you love it when DM says, "Hey, that's a 45 to hit? Does that hit?"
No, it doesn't.
All right. So here's the end product.
Ooh, that looks like a nice glaze.
Yeah, I honestly might put this on some food later. So
Yeah, don't eat it all. Did you just blow it off?
yeah, I don't know why.
You just blew it off.
I was hoping no one saw that.
Like it was hot soup.
Okay, I gotta be honest. Would put this on food.
Would you really? I mean, it sounds good. Ketchup, balsamic, and a sweet chili sauce.
Yeah, that's good.
If you have any like chicken breasts, that might be nice.
okay. Yeah, that's a good
It's like
sauce.
Taco Bell sauce. Is it like Taco Bell sauce?
No, it has no heat really. That's good. That was. I feel like that was a cheat round.
You went.
You know what? Let's
Sweet
get off
heat,
of that.
man. Yeah,
That's
blow it off.
It's that sweet chili, all right?
All right, chat. What am I eating? Give me 3 items. Let me hold it up. This is like a heavy tray. There's also Dijon mustard you can't see. There's also bacon bits and honey that you can't see. Lemon orange vinegar. Okay, you both had
Nice to
lemon.
us.
and vinegar in there. So I'll go with Alex first.
I think I'm gonna start making my next mix. I already know what it's gonna be.
Oh, you do? Okay. Smart. Okay, we'll get a little lemon. This is like all very tart things, and I feel like it's not gonna be great. Yesterday, my wife and I were at an artisan market.
Yeah.
And I'm not ashamed to say we're kind of booze hounds. Like when there's free cocktails, we're here for it. And so we see this woman giving samples, and we're like, "What is this?" And she's like, "Oh, it's like something cherry hibiscus. It's blah 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 blackberry." We're like, "Is it a cocktail?" She's like, "Well, you could mix it with a cocktail, but really, it's an apple cider vinegar."
Whoa.
Like I don't even know what you would call it. Like it's something that you could add to cocktails or just add to like seltzer and drink for medicinal purposes. Oh god, there's a lot of vinegar. Vinegar is gross.
Well, my next creation smells really bad.
Ugh, I hate vinegar. Now I need orange juice. And so she poured us a sample this big. Just this big. Like it filled the cup. And my wife took a tiny sip of it. And she had to plug her nose. And I took a tiny sip of the same cup, and we couldn't finish it.
Oh, jeez.
It's like, have you ever had apple cider vinegar?
Yeah, it's not drinkable.
Oh, I also have wasabi, you guys. I forgot about it.
Oh, I could just eat that stuff straight. Just give me a big old dollop of it on my finger. I'll eat that. Oh, well, the squeezable ones are pretty mild.
Oh, it's got to be the hard stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Snort it, Jake. Okay, this is vinegar, lemon juice, and orange juice. What's my AC?
We'll go a little higher this time because we've been doing a bunch of low ones. We'll say 14 is your AC for this one.
Ooh, I hope I don't hit it because me and vinegar do not mix.
Oh, I should have said it low then. Darn.
Haha, you said 14, sticking to it. Here we go, rolling. Ha!
No!
Not today. Not today.
All right.
Put it up to the side.
So this next creation that I have made in advance is gross. It is mayo, sriracha, and soy sauce.
See, again, I think that could be good.
Is it good? Should I add something else to make it gross? Worcester?
Again, I think you're adding really nice glazes. Like, you can't help it. You must have a culinary mind.
What else? Should I put coconut flakes in it to make it less good?
Do you have anything, like, sweet?
I think it's a sweet chili.
That
might add to it. The ketchup?
No, ketchup is nice, too.
I just have a lot of things, apparently, that can go together.
Yeah. Do you have any vinegar?
I can go grab some apple cider vinegar real quick.
Oh, there you go. That'll destroy it. That destroys all things.
Yeah, all right. I'll be right back. 1 second.
Well, while he goes and picks up some apple cider vinegar, how are you guys doing? You enjoying tonight? Have you gone and followed New Crits on the Block on Instagram or on Facebook? Or have you go and found their podcast? If you haven't, here are all the links that you're going to need. I don't know where I'm typing that. I don't even know where I'm typing that. I'm going to type it down here. Here it is. New Crits. There you go. But yeah, we do this every Monday at 8:30 Eastern Standard. And then tune back in for Wednesday where we play community games. Usually Moose will tune in with a friend and he might play Apex. He might play Halo. He might play some VR game. And then Thursday is our D&D campaign. We are doing some final little bits. We're one-shots really leading up to our final campaign that we're going to play in person. So he's back.
Feet.
There it is. That'll destroy it.
That smells. I put too much. Now it looks like a liquid.
Oh God. Okay, so what is this
my
in here?
girlfriend just walked in on this. Hi. Do you want to watch me drink apple cider? You want to try some with me?
I would absolutely love to watch you drink some apple cider, especially since it's raw apple cider vinegar.
It's apple cider vinegar, mayo, sriracha, and what was the other thing I put in there? Worcester?
You know what it sounds like?
Soy sauce.
Soy sauce. That's what it was. Soy sauce. All right. Bottoms up.
Have a great time.
Bottoms up, bottoms up. There it
It
is.
tastes like old socks.
There it is. That's what we all were waiting for. That's it. That's what we wanted.
Oh my god.
It's that apple cider.
That apple cider vinegar is gross.
It's not great.
Oh. Oh man.
Well,
That was a
how's
bad
your
one.
Tum Tum feel, Jake?
It feels fine. I
Good.
eat worse. I eat McDonald's every day, so you know.
Yeah, you've gained about 500 pounds since the last time I've seen you.
Yeah, I gain a lot of weight. It's it's bulk season. Gotta bulk up.
Okay, here is the final challenge. We're gonna roll, and whoever comes on a natural 21st has to do a straight shot of vinegar.
Oh, my vinegar's worse than yours though. That's not fair.
Yours has a little sweetness.
True. Okay. All right.
Okay,
I like that.
okay.
I like that. So we'll do like roulette style.
Yeah, roulette style. So if you're just tuning in, thanks for tuning in. We are just about wrap up the stream, but we are ending with taking the hit. We're each going to roll this D20. Whoever gets a 20 first has to do a shot of vinegar. So you just went. So I'll go first.
I feel like that was a gut punch. Like right.
What?
That
Whatever you just ate.
concoction. Yeah, that was.
Yeah. It's probably good for your gut. It had a lot of, I don't know,
Yeah.
organic material somewhere in there.
Something.
Okay, here we go. I'm rolling. If I get a 20, I have to do a shot of vinegar. 7.
Ah,
Okay.
no.
This is really
All right.
nerve-wracking, actually.
All
All right,
kick
this
that
is for
button.
Jake.
Go. Ah.
Ah, close. Okay,
What,
this is
it's
for me,
3 hours later. We still haven't rolled one.
right?
I feel
This
like
could
if
be a
no
bad
one rolls
plan.
one, we're gonna have to. We're just gonna have to do it together.
Damn. Okay, this is me. Nope.
Ah.
Jake. Nope. Me.
I saw a 2 and I freaked out.
Nope. Jake. Nope.
Oh, okay, more
Yeah,
twos.
2
Yes.
in a row. Jake. Me.
No, go low.
Jake.
Oh, stay low. Yeah, I like those ones.
Oh God. There's no 20 on this
Oh.
die.
There isn't.
Oh,
Oh.
16. Okay, if
I think if we do 2 more rolls and
2
we
more.
both have to take it.
right,
No one gets to 20.
here we go. Okay, ready?
Who's
This is
it
me.
on?
This is me.
Yeah. Okay.
Last 2.
Yeah. You're right.
1, 2. What is that? What is that?
The banner.
What if it was a 20?
Yeah. Right.
14.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so now we both have to do it. Why are we
Yeah.
like, oh, good?
Yeah. Well, you
Now
know.
we both suffer.
Well,
I
at
need
least
a
we stuff
shot
together. I'm just gonna. Hey, straight from the bottle, baby.
Oh God. Well, I use this to clean out my Keurig. Hey, while we're wrapping up tonight, shirts off for this. Yeah. No, it's too cold down here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stream. While we're doing this, if you have a raid that you would like to suggest, go ahead and feel free. Because we're gonna end here in a minute. But I'd love to take all of this gross energy. Oh, that's a heavy shot. Why
Did
did
you just sniff it long enough and get your nose used to it?
I honestly, I might throw up.
All right. Well,
I
here,
need everyone
hey,
to be ready for
for
that.
throwing up on camera.
Okay.
Think.
Dink. Here we go. Only for Jake, the cool DM. New crits on the block.
Oh, that like lag.
Ugh. Honestly, it just tastes like eating an entire can of Pringles salt and vinegar chips.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. Ooh.
Yeah, ocean straight out of the bottle, baby. That's how we do it in here.
He goes hard.
Yeah, hard right to the restroom after the stream ends.
Yeah, right. I'm about to pee. Jake,
breath
thank you
smells
so
so
much for geeking out with me tonight here on this Geek Out Sesh, all about new crits on the block.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate having a platform to come on and talk about the channel and the podcast and everything. I appreciate it.
We're happy to, and like I said, you're special to me because like we've known each other for a couple years now.
Yeah.
And we slept a room apart.
I wish we slept in the same room, I'll be honest.
But I don't know who has. I think I was in a bunk bed that night.
You were. But I you know what? I can let you know, my body runs warm. I'm like a little space heater. So, you know, do with that what you will.
Yeah. But all of you, thank you so much for tuning in for this Geek Out Sesh on a Monday night. You were an amazing chat tonight. Thanks for adding all that energy and the questions. And thank you so much. Go ahead and hit that follow button if you haven't already. And if you are enjoying this kind of thing and you want to keep it up. Because we are just a little community we're trying to build where people can find others that they can geek out with at 3 a.m. And we want to save you a seat here at the loser table. So if you are looking for that place, you can find us on the Discord, and you can find a ton of other amazing individual souls who just like to geek out about the latest anime, cosplay, Comic-Con coming up, and you can find people here on the internet that maybe you don't have in your local community. That's all we want to be for you. And New Crits has their own amazing community and Discord, and you can find all of that at New Crits command. And so go ahead and hit that link tree and find everything for New Crits so that you can spread them all the love. I did see I can't find it now. What's it called? I saw a raid suggestion. What was it? Big Yeegs. Big Yeegs. Okay. We're going to do raid at Big Yeegs.
Heck yeah.
See if that checks out. Return. Okay, great. Okay, we are ready to go. And Jake, do you know how we end here at FGBG?
I have an idea.
Okay, we're going to put you on the spot, and we're going to say, well, until next time, I am Boser.
I'm Jake.
And you just keep
Geeking out.
Yeah! I know. Got it. And we're clear.
Hey, that was so much
Yay!
fun, man. Thank you so much for having me on.